Good morning, guys. What's up? I had a conversation the other day with my husband, and I wanted to talk about it here with you guys. He and I were talking about our college degrees and how much we thought that college degree applied in the real world. And he said, "Do you think that your fancy liberal arts degree set you up to be a successful business owner? Do you think people need college degrees to run a successful business?" And I thought that was an interesting point because so many successful entrepreneurs do not have degrees. Some of them haven't even graduated high school. So it's an interesting concept of, is college really setting you up for success in your business? And I'm an accidental entrepreneur. I never thought I would actually be a business owner. So I fell into it by accident, like many of us do, I think. And my degree path was not designed for entrepreneurship. I wish I could go back and take some entrepreneurship classes, but it didn't. It was still very valuable. And I wanted to share a couple of ways that college set me up right as a business owner, but why I don't think you have to have a degree to be taken seriously or to be valuable to your customers. College helped me in a couple of ways. First of all, it helped me mature. At 18 years old, I thought I knew everything. I thought I was the queen of the world, like most of us do. We're teenagers, we have a lot of bravado, and college gave me that beating that matures you as you get used to the adult world in a more sheltered environment that is about learning, and the stakes aren't quite as high. I'm a professional writer today, and college was great because it made my writing better. I got a lot of feedback on how to structure ideas, how to make my writing clearer, and I really appreciated that. It was good. And the dirty secret about the adult world is that group projects are all of your work. You will never do anything by yourself, ever. Even if you're working with a client and you're a solopreneur like me, it's still a group project because you're all working together on something. You have feedback, you have all this work you have to do. So college was great because it taught me how to work in groups and how to deal with people, especially difficult people and difficult situations. It was also good because you're around all this technology, all of these new ideas, and it's really where I got the foundation of the tech stack and the processes that I still use today in my business years after graduation. The other great thing about college is that it got me outside of my comfort zone. I took on leadership positions. I was, dealing with things and had responsibilities. And it was great because you got kind of management experience before you go out into the real world. My big regret, though, is that I did not have any practical work experience. So a lot of my friends had part-time jobs during college and high school. I didn't. I focused solely on school and on my clubs. And what happens when you do that is you don't get the street smarts or the soft skills that you develop in a workplace. So that said, I'm grateful for college. I did learn a lot, but some days I feel like that practical hands-on experience of being in the field, in the job, is more valuable than the piece of paper. To give you guys an example, I learned the basics, the fundamentals of marketing in college, right? We're talking about segmentation, SWOT analysis, and things that we do still use today in my job. Are we talking about how to set up a Facebook ad campaign? No. Are we talking about how to use Asana or other project tracking tools? Are we talking about how to look at analytics? No. And if you're like most marketers, you probably didn't cover that in school. You had to learn that at work, and very quickly and with a lot of Google searches, because that's what I had to do. If you're a solutions provider like myself, or if you're a small business or a freelancer, whatever, you don't need a degree to find good customers. What customers should actually care about is not a degree. They should care about results. So I recently hired a virtual assistant to work as a contractor for my business to keep me sane. And I was looking on these platforms to connect with somebody, and not once did I give a flying flip about their education, certifications, diplomas, anything. I didn't care. As a customer, I cared about someone's experience, their skills, their personality, and how it actually was going to be like working with them. Because I've had some people who have all these fancy degrees and they're miserable to work with, or they're not very knowledgeable about real world practices. And then you have people with no formal education who are badass at what they do. And it's awesome. And they don't need a degree. So if that's you, if you're in that boat where you don't have formal education, the right kind of customer is not going to care. Very few industries should be treating education like a mandatory checkbox that it is. Let's be honest, a lot of what we know as marketers, we learn on Google, or we learn through courses like Moz or HubSpot. So instead of focusing so much on our colleges and our degrees, let's focus on how we make customers superheroes. This is not our chance to write our, autobiography and convince them of how learned we are. We're convincing them of the fact that we can help them. I can make your life better. Here's how I've made other people's lives better. Here's my approach. That matters so much more than formal education. So what about you guys? Do you guys think that education is mandatory in your industry? Or is it possible to get a lot of hands-on experience through the internet that degrees may be obsolete? I know it depends by industry, so drop me a line in the comments.